Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The speech act of making something evident. Disclosing unintentionally something concealed. The speech act of making something evident. Showing or making known. A revealing glance. The last book of the New Testament contains visionary descriptions of heaven and of conflicts between good and evil and of the end of the world, attributed to St. John the Apostle. The speech act of making something evident. Communication of knowledge to man by a divine or supernatural agency. An enlightening or astonishing disclosure. The use of language to perform some act. The act of discovering something. A productive insight. Law. Compulsory pretrial disclosure of documents relevant to a case. Enables one side in a litigation to elicit information from the other side concerning the facts in the case. Something that is discovered. To show, make visible or apparent. National leaders will have to display the highest skills of statesmanship. Something shown to the public. An electronic device that represents information in visual form. Something intended to communicate a particular impression. Made a display of strength. A visual representation of something. Attract attention by displaying some body part or posing, of animals. Behavior that makes your feelings public. A display of emotion. Exhibiting openly in public view. A display of courage. The act of disclosing something that was secret or private. The act of disclosing something that was secret or private. The state of being vulnerable or exposed. His exposure to ridicule. A representation of a person or scene in the form of a print or transparent slide or in digital format. Abandoning without shelter or protection, as by leaving an infant out in the open. Aspect resulting from the direction a building or window faces. The studio had a northern exposure. Presentation to view in an open or public manner. The exposure of his anger was shocking. The act of exposing film to light. The act of subjecting someone to an influencing experience. She denounced the exposure of children to pornography. The disclosure of something secret. They feared exposure of their campaign plans. The intensity of light falling on a photographic film or plate. He used the wrong exposure. Vulnerability to the elements, to the action of heat or cold or wind or rain. Exposure to the weather. A television or radio program in which contestants compete for awards. A gift of public land or resources for the private gain of a limited group. An unintentional disclosure. A speech act that conveys information. To furnish incriminating evidence to an officer of the law, usually in return for favors. Unauthorized, especially deliberate, disclosure of confidential information. The discharge of a fluid from some container. He had to clean up the leak. Be leaked. The news leaked out despite his secrecy. A euphemism for urination. He had to take a leak. An accidental hole that allows something, fluid or light etc., to enter or escape. One of the tires developed a leak. Enter or escape as through a hole or crack or fissure. Water leaked out of the can into the backpack. Have an opening that allows light or substances to enter or go out. The container leaked gasoline. Soft watery rot in fruits and vegetables caused by fungi. Tell anonymously. The news were leaked to the paper. Unauthorized, especially deliberate, disclosure of confidential information. To furnish incriminating evidence to an officer of the law, usually in return for favors. Smooth and flowing. Disclosing information or giving evidence about another. The act of singing vocal music. Disclosing information or giving evidence about another. Speak about unimportant matters, rapidly and incessantly. Divulge confidential information or secrets. Powerfully persuasive. A telling presentation. An act of narration. Disclosing information or giving evidence about another. Disclosing unintentionally something concealed. A telling smile. Producing a strong effect. A telling gesture. Informing by words.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.